Welcome back to another round of Kerbal Space Program where we're trying to collect more science. We have the Apollo 1 out on the launch pad, ready to go, and I think this time we might be able to get quite a bit above the atmosphere, so we're going to give it a try. As always, if you guys find anything you like in this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Please do me the solid. It really helps more than you think. If you guys are familiar with this game at all, please, hints, tips, and tricks, any advice down in the comments below is appreciated. And, well, since I'm bad at introductions, we're just going to go ahead and hit launch. So let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, upsy daisy. So if you guys are going to notice, this little green gauge in the lower left side of your screen is your fuel monitor. It's going to tell you how much fuel you actually have left in the rocket that's going currently. We're going to start doing a little bit of a rotation. We just need to get a few degrees off center. Maybe. Alright, we'll stage out. Oh boy. Okay. Whew. Thought we were about to lose complete control there. That's why I'm still learning about like the thrusters and stuff, the RCS, the SAS. And then put this all the way up. Oh shit. I think I just fucked up. Alright, hold on. I messed up. We'll go back to launch. I messed up. I do this a lot in this game. I hit X by accident, and X is your staging button. So you don't want to hit that by accident. So let's start over. We'll get a little bit of an angle going here. Don't want to go straight up. I think it's more efficient to go at like a 5 to 20 degree angle. I'm not 100% sure. There's science in this game, guys. There's a lot of math and science that I just don't know. We're gaining altitude pretty good. Atmosphere's dropping. And fuel is depleted. So we'll stage out. Activate this booster, get a little bit more altitude going. We'll hit that 1,000 meters per second, and then we'll drop. And then what we're going to do is come down here to this map. And this is our flight path. And this is the science that I know, but I don't know at the same time. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I think we click this again to get out of map mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to go the direction of travel, but we're going to go a little bit over. And I think just to make things a little bit more simple, we're going to rotate. So that way, up is up, down is down, left is left, and right is right. So we're going to try to get it right on that 90 degree mark if possible. As close as we can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to get really close to that little blue mark you see. Hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, the controls in this game are so weird. Alright, there we go. It'll drag itself back up a little bit. I hope. Maybe not. Alright. So we don't have a ton of fuel. But what we're going to do is we're going to burn our fuel out right as it gets to that blue mark in the middle. And then I'll show you what it does. You see how that arch is growing on us? Alright. Come on. Stupid controls. Alright, so now we're going to stage out. Oh. So now we're going to stage out. Let's see if we can't get any science out of this while we're up here. And we do 10 more science. Oh, I don't want to transmit data. I want to keep the science because we plan on landing. And we're going to log temperature for another 8 science. And then what we're going to do here is I think we should do a rotation this way so that our heat shield is facing our direction of travel. Then we'll rotate to make it easier. And now we wait. Try to even that out a little bit. Because I think this one is going to be a re-entry. So what you want to do on re-entry is you want to angle your heat shield to take the brunt of the force of re-entry. And again, if you guys know the science and the technical terms and the mathematics, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. I am super interested, so the way I try to explain myself to people is that I'm a smart person trapped in a stupid person's body. I love learning about this stuff, and in a different life, I might have been a rocket scientist or a physicist or something like that. The problem I have is I don't retain the information too well. I forget stuff like stupid fast. So if I spend weeks learning a mathematic principle, I forget it just as fast as I learned it, or faster than I learned it, really. It's why I got decent grades in school, is because they spend a week or two teaching you a topic, and then they give you a test, and then you never have to worry about it again. But if you took me back and tested me on everything that I learned in school right this second, there's no way I would pass those tests. No way. And that's the gentle re-entry that we did a really good job on that one, I think. So next step is going to be we wait till about 4,000 feet, or 4,000 meters, I mean. The other problem I have is I really can't do math in my head. And there we go. Now we'll speed this up just for the sake of it. Wait a minute. No. Hold on. I almost forgot. We might be able to finagle some extra science out of this. Wait, how do I EVA? There it is. I need to separate the parachute staging. So when I was playing off recording, so when I was playing off recording and learning, I figured out that if you separate the parachute stages, in this stage of the game, I really don't need the 3 extra parachutes. The one in the center would do just fine. But I started having issues with my ships not slowing down enough when re-entering from higher orbits. And I think that could have potentially been due to um, my re-entry angle. But I figured out that having those extra parachutes would help. Oh, look, 26 science. All right, let's go to the R&D building. We have 40 science to spend, so... we do need this one. And that one's not so important. That one's not insanely important yet. That's 45 even, so we can't even afford that. So let's just grab this one. And then we'll save the rest of our science. But I found out that having the extra parachutes would help out greatly in that situation. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get a little bit fancy. Oh, wait, we need... Wait a minute. Right there. So now, what we're gonna do, this part is hard to, well, just made me eat my words. Super easy, right? But I don't think it's actually on. Come on. Come on. I have, yeah, this part I have a super hard time with. Come on, get on the stagings. I can't tell if that's actually on the stagings or the rocket. Nope. I struggled with this for a while and the other... Okay, there we go. Not a... I wish I could get it down lower, but I'm not gonna fight with it right now. We'll go aerodynamics. We'll put nose cones on these bad boys. Alright, so now we'll get rid of this for the moment. And we'll get rid of this for a moment. We'll go up to fuel tanks. We'll put on a bigger fuel tank. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just do 2 fuel tanks. Engines. We'll do the swivel head engine. And then we need another staging. Another coupler. And then we'll put this on here. So I think this will be enough to get us a little bit farther out. I think it should work. So we'll save. What else do we have that we might need? Oh, we have the barometer now. We could throw that on there. What the hell? It won't let me pick it. What's going on? There we go. And we don't need 3 of them. So we're going to lower that down to just 2. And we'll put it right below the parachutes here. Oh wait, that didn't work. So we'll take that off, we'll do 2. And put it right below the parachutes there. Oh, that one won't work because it's underneath the parachute, so... that should work. Alright, let's see what she does. Let's see if we can't get a good ways outside the atmosphere. And oh shit. You know what, I'm telling you, I forget to do this every time I build a rocket. Alright, so first things first. This has to come down to stage 1. This has to come up to this stage. What's this one? This one has to... We're gonna go ahead and add a stage, and then we'll move stage 2 up. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, then this rocket, then this stage, then this rocket, then this stage, and then while we're here, how do I have 4 parachutes? 1, 2. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. Alright. That should be... So... What the hell? So, rockets. Boom, 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 fire. These all stage out, then this rocket fires, that rocket's done. It stages out, that turns on rocket number 3. Alright, I think we're good now. Always check your staging. Alright. Can we get a little angle on this? I think we can. Yeah, we're already doing way better. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start rotation and stage. That rotation will throw them out farther from your craft. So you guys, if you're ever playing this game and you have an issue, So now what we're going to do is reorient. And then we're going to rotate to the 90-degree mark. And this is where the controls get really... You know what? We'll do this. This is easier to kind of judge, so... You can see we're slowing down quite fast, but that's okay, because once we hit these next stage, we'll speed right back up. So, just for frame of reference. So now we're going to speed back up. We're going to gain altitude. And this stage should get us a good wide arc. Look at it grow. Alright, so now we're going to stage out that engine that's no longer useful. Alright. Now go back to this view. Now we want to wait till we get closer to the peak of that arch. I'm pretty sure that's the best way to do this. Again, guys, there are people out there that can explain the science in this game, and they know the most efficient ways to operate. They do a way better job than me. I'm still brand new. I think I might have 10 hours in this game, maybe. But I love different kinds of games. I love being able to jump off a Call of Duty and play a puzzle game. I like doing the story-based games like God of War and Tomb Raider. I like doing games like this where I can just sit while the wife is sleeping and I can just launch rockets and figure out what works. So we need to angle our nose down just a tiny bit and fire. Ah, shit. I screwed up. I hit X. I do that all the time. Ugh. X is your staging, and up and down on the D-pad activates and deactivates your thrusters. Because your liquid fuel thrusters you can turn on and off. Your solid rocket boosters you cannot. But that's okay. So we have our 3 outer solid rocket boosters that are going to get us pretty high up, and they're going to gain us quite a bit of speed. I think we should hit 700 meters per second maybe. Let's see if we hit that 700. Yeah, we'll hit 700 pretty easily. And we're also at 12,000, 13,000 meters in climbing, so we're going to initiate our roll sequence. I have no idea where Riley is. We're going to stage out.
Maybe in here somewhere?
Maybe. Where's that 90-degree mark? 45. Oh, wait, we're... There we go. So now we're going to... Wait, nope, we're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong frickin' way. Alright, now we edge her over to that 90. Just a little tap-taparoo. Then we'll crank her down a little bit more. And see, we're slowing down really fast right now. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys this view. Well, maybe not. This view sucks right now. But we're coming up on that mark, so. And we're going to fire our engine. We're at a decent angle, I think. We could nose down just a little bit if it benefited us, but I think we're okay. We're gaining altitude again. We're speeding up again. We can even angle down a little bit to get that speed up. And stage that out. Okay. Now, don't push X. There, that's the view that we need, really. So you can see, once we get a little bit closer to the peak, we'll fire our engines again. Whoops, we don't want to rotate. The buttons, man, the buttons. If you guys watch any of my videos, you'll know. You guys, so we're firing our engines right now, and you guys can see. Now engines are off. And then we'll fire the engines again here. Push that back a little ways. Okay. So you guys can see we're gonna get to the other side of Kerbal just on the trajectory that we're on, and we got about 40% of our fuel left, which is good, because if we do end up hitting a stable orbit, we're gonna need to be able to slow down and descend. So I'm gonna kind of go towards the direction of travel a little bit more. As we approach the peak. And fire engine. Ah, shit, I hit X again. Fuck me. That's fine. I'm not gonna stress over it. See what I mean? I hit X instead of up on the D-pad. You know what? No, it's gonna bug me. You guys, if you're gonna play, go play. All right, take 4. Hey, 65% of everything in this game that goes wrong is because I pushed the wrong button. Maybe 75%, honestly, because I keep pushing X when I mean to push up on the D-pad to restart my engines. But if you want to know how to get good at launching, push the wrong button enough times. You'll get good at it. Alright, initiate our roll sequence. jettison the engines. Let's see. We get that 90-degree mark straight down. We're going to tip our nose over, follow that 90-degree line. Try to get it even again. We'll fire the next stage. We do want to keep a little bit of an upward angle, I think. I'm really not sure exactly the best angles to do here. I'm sure there's more efficient ways. All right. Let's try this once more. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do speed warp so we don't have to wait. And we're not going to push X. I'm taking my thumb off the controller completely. So we're going to angle down a little ways. And fire engines. Engines off. Zoom out just a little bit. See if we can't get an orbit. We're doing really good. Don't push X. Don't push X. And you just got to kind of work towards that middle point right there. You don't want to pass that middle point, though. I know that's important. You just want to get close. And then push it out in front of you. And then just keep doing this. You could potentially just fire your thrusters if you had enough fuel and enough thrust. And maybe on the next episode, we'll add another rocket stage. Because eventually we're going to have to figure out how to get to the moon, and I haven't done that yet in this game. So we're almost to an orbit. So let's do a time warp again. And then we're going to stop a little bit early so we can readjust our angle of attack. You want to keep an eye on which direction your rockets are facing, because if you go the wrong way, you'll mess up the orbit that you're trying to get. Your angles are important here. So be aware of that. Alright, we're almost... I mean, we do have an orbit, but I want to get that orbit a little bit higher on that backside. Because right now, I'm pretty sure we're going to be dipping below the atmosphere, and we don't want that. Alright, there you have it, folks. We have achieved what I believe to be a very stable orbit. So we're at 124,900 meters and climbing. You can't really see us right now. We didn't put lights on. So let's see if we can't get some science. No, not really. So we're not going to waste our science on this. I'm not sure. This is about as far as I've gotten. This is as far as I've gotten. I don't know how to get farther yet. So you guys are going to be able to come along with me. And again, if you guys are familiar, if anybody out there at any point is familiar with the game, I am absolutely unequivocally interested in hints and tips and tricks. I am extremely interested in the math. So now if we speed up, can we do any science here? But we can do... Ooh! Trophy! Can we do an EVA report? More science. Alright, we'll get back on board. I don't want to accidentally let go. No, I don't want to do an EVA. I don't want to do an EVA. Stop making me do an EVA. Well, I mean, 2.3 science is still more science. We got more science there. No science there. All right. So, if you guys found anything you could enjoy in this, I know I spent half of this recording pushing the wrong button. But we eventually got here. We are in a nice, beautiful Kerbal orbit, low Earth orbit, whatever you want to call it. I think we have just enough fuel to slow down enough to do a controlled re-entry. And if you guys want to see how to do that, go ahead and check the playlist down below. And if it's not there already, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button and come in next time. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'll see y'all in the next one.